Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to another video on my channel guys, and today's video is actually going to be a very different kind of a video than my usual ones that I produce for you guys, since in this video I'm actually going to be talking to you guys face to face or one-on-one, however way you want to refer to it as, since there's this thing that I feel needs addressing from my side to you guys, hence why I'm making this video in order to address that particular thing. So yeah, without wasting any time, I just want to get straight into it, man. So yeah, I'm just going to begin by talking about the thing that I feel needs to be, highlighted or mentioned, and that is my inconsistent uploading schedule. Now, I know many of you guys out there who are watching my videos may question me by asking that, Leo, how the hell has your uploading schedule been so poor as of recent times, if not so many months now ongoing? How has it been so freaking poor, man? You used to be so consistent in the past. Like, what's gone wrong, man? What's happening? And first of all, before I actually answer that question, I just want to say to every single one of you guys who are watching this video that I'm truly sorry for the inconsistency in my uploading that has taken place. I'm really sorry about that, but there is a big explanation and big reasoning as to why this has taken place, and this is exactly what I want to address in this video. So that's what I'm about to do. That is what I'm about to do. Holy crap, those words, taking them out of my mouth is like freaking trying to lift a freaking suitcase weighing 10 tons. Man, it's just mad, man. But anyways, back to the topic in hand. The infrequent uploading schedule, why has it been so infrequent? Let me explain. Okay, so in order to explain this, I'm actually gonna have to rewind the clock way back when I actually first started my YouTube channel in order to understand why this infrequent uploading schedule has come about. Why has it taken place in the first place? Why has it happened? We need to go back way in time to understand this, guys. And in order for me to explain it, I'm gonna have to go back in time for that. Okay, so let me just go back in time. Okay, let's just imagine that we're back in 2017, April, when I first started this YouTube channel. Okay, now, when I first started this channel, guys, my main motive as a brand new content creator on this platform was to provide you guys, who are my viewers, with very consistent uploads, okay, or very consistent content, if that makes sense. Basically, I wanted to produce content that was uploaded to you guys or reaching to you guys as soon as possible, like this, and in a very consistent manner, okay? And the reason why I was focusing so much on consistency at this stage in my YouTube journey, you could say in a way, is that before I actually started YouTube, I actually used to, and in fact I still do watch YouTubers like Sidemen, like Radbrad, those guys, and especially the Sidemen. I really like those guys, by the way. They're fantastic YouTube content creators, man. Absolutely amazing. So props to them for what they're doing. It's absolutely incredible. But basically, in one of those Q&A videos that they were making, or that they made, sorry, I was obviously a very avid viewer of their channel, and I still am to this day. And in one of those Q&A videos, one of them actually talked about, when asked the question, how to, do well on YouTube, or how to succeed on YouTube, something of that sort. Okay, that question was posed to one of the Sidemen, and they responded by saying that in order to be successful or to succeed or to do well on YouTube, the first thing you must do, or the main thing, is consistency. Consistency will bring your channel viewership, and people will start getting engaged to your content because they know they'll be able to receive more, and they'll be waiting for it if you're gonna upload consistently. So that is the main reason why you should be consistent. That's what one of the Sidemen said. And when I watched that video, that particular word, consistency, my bad, got ingrained into my mind. And when I started my own YouTube channel out of just pure passion for this whole thing, because I really was intrigued by this whole creation of videos and stuff, it really fascinated me, and that's why I started this channel, man, because it was such a great idea at that time, man. It was a fantastic proposition that was there in front of me, and I thought, why not grab the opportunity, man? So that's why I started this YouTube channel. And when I first started this channel, I focused solely, I would say in a way, on just uploading my content consistently to all of you guys out there, since I thought that in order to succeed, and obviously I'm gonna listen to people like the Sidemen when it comes to this kind of advice, because they look where they are now, man. They're just absolutely killing it, as I've already said, and props to them, man. They've worked their asses off for it, and they completely deserve what they're getting right now. And yeah, so basically that's why I was focusing mainly on the consistency. So in other words, I was focusing on the quantity of the videos that I was uploading to you guys. You get what I'm saying now? And I was not focusing on the quality at that time that much. To be very honest with you, I'm gonna be very honest when I'm saying all of this, because I feel like if I'm not honest, then there's no point of making this video, because this is a true explanation of why, this inconsistency has been happening. Okay. So, as I've said, I was not mainly focused on the quality, and instead I was focusing a hell lot more on the quantity of the videos, and it was fine, okay. But then as time went on, I was still, watching those YouTube creators that I just named, Sidemen, Radbread, and other people like them. And what actually, ideally, you should not be doing this. You should not basically be comparing yourself to other people, because you might be in a different stage in your life or in a different stage of your path than someone else may be. Someone else may be way ahead in their path, and maybe you're just starting out and things like that. So you should not ideally compare. But unfortunately, because you are exposed to that, it kind of just happens even subconsciously. You get what I'm saying? Subconsciously. So when I was watching their videos, right, I started picking up little cues here and there about, I was just thinking to myself, why are their videos so engaging? Why are their videos so entertaining? Why do they have this spark about them? Sorry, my click was bad. There you go. Spark about them. And then I started realizing little things that made the video pop like that, man. And examples of those would be like the sound effects, the soundtrack that was used, the video effects that was placed, the editing, the cuts that was there, things like that, man. Text that was put on the screen, and many other effects and other tweaks, minor adjustments here and there to the video that they had done in order to make the video very appealing. And of course it sure worked, man, because I was enjoying it, and so many other millions and millions of people were enjoying it as well, man. So in a way, what that kind of opened my eyes to is that I actually want to focus on my quality of my videos, because at that point, my focus started, as I said, initially I was focusing mainly on the quantity of the videos, but then as time went on, I started focusing on the quality, because what my goal changed from, instead of consistency solely, was to actually provide the best possible content that I possibly can bring to you guys, given the resources that I have, okay? That's what my objective changed to, my main objective on YouTube, you could say, or for YouTube, you could say. So that's when basically I shifted from thinking about consistency solely to also thinking about quality. Now, the thing is, with quality, you need to, in order to achieve quality or increase the quality of anything you're doing, whether it be making videos, whether it be, learning a guitar, learning any other instrument, playing sports, anything like that, you need to invest time, first of all, and you need to invest energy into your videos, and in some cases you need to invest money as well. And of course, money is a baseline thing, but I'm not really going to focus on money, because the two main things that I at least had to invest into my videos were time and my energy. Okay, so those were the two things that I had to invest into my videos in order to make them, of a higher quality or of a higher standard than they were before. And obviously that is to be expected, because if you want to increase the quality, you're gonna have to make those certain little adjustments here and there, change the soundtrack here, make this video effect, put this text here. You get what I'm saying? Like many other things. Put a fade in the intro, put a fade in the outro. So many examples I can give you guys, but these are just a few of them, just to kind of put you guys on the same page as myself. Okay, so that will obviously take, all those adjustments and tweaks will obviously take time, right? That's a very given thing. And of course, I realized that. I wasn't, taken aback by, holy shit, how am I gonna, do all this? No, of course, if I want to increase my quality, obviously I'm gonna have to invest more time and time and energy into the videos, right? Obviously, that's a given, man. So I started doing that, okay? But, when I started focusing on the quality, guys, and when this concept of investing more time and energy especially came into play, you know what else came into play? The word balance came into play, guys. The word balance. Now, when I mean balance, like what am I saying? When I'm trying to say balance here, when I'm saying balance here, what am I exactly trying to mean? Well, when I'm saying balance, in my case at least, it's basically the act of doing YouTube, so my YouTube channel, and alongside focusing on all the other aspects in my life. So things like my education, so school, work at home, and my sports as well, my football and other things like that. Okay, all the other factors that were present in my life. Okay, focusing on them and also at the same time doing my YouTube. This concept came alive mainly as soon as I started focusing more on the quality. Because why? Because more time and energy had to be invested into the videos in order to make them of a higher quality. Hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to say. So basically, in order to do that, what I had to do was, in order to, invest more time, obviously I had to take that time out of somewhere, right? Because obviously I cannot increase the duration of the day from 24 to say 30 hours, right? That's not possible, So obviously I'm gonna have to reallocate the time I have within my hand into the video. So say, for example, the free time I had, okay, that's basically what I did. Not even an example, that's basically what happened, was that the free time that I had, the leisure time, the time where I was chilling a bit, okay, after doing my work of school or something like that, instead of spending lots of time on that, or maybe spending a given amount of time on that, I used to take some portion of that time and put it into my videos, as well as the energy into the videos. Okay, so this was happening, and initially, I won't lie to you guys, it was fine. The balance was not an issue. It was all working fine. It was going okay. And then because of that, the consistency didn't really change. The consistency basically went from, say, in the initial stages, from 4 to 5 days to maybe like 7 to maybe 14 days or something like that. So just a little bit of sacrifice of quantity in order to improve the quality, and I was all up for that. I was all up for that at that point. Okay. But where the main issue started happening or coming into play for me was when the difficulty level of other factors in my life started increasing. Most notably my education. Because obviously, as you guys know, the way the education system works, the higher grade you get promoted to, obviously the difficulty or the standard of education gets higher, so the difficulty level gets higher of the education. It's as simple as that, right? Well, because of this increase in difficulty of education, the balance, I had to think about that. I was getting a little bit, a slight worry was there within me already, okay? That how am I gonna actually manage everything? This difficulty level is increasing, and that's when I was just like, how am I gonna do this? Okay, so again, what I did was I invested even more of my free time into the videos, okay? And that was only to basically maintain a good performance in my school, and also all the other things, manage all my other responsibilities and all the other factors in my life and all the other aspects basically, and also run my YouTube channel simultaneously whilst, improving the quality and, doing all those things. Okay, so that was happening, but already I could feel slightly within myself, although it wasn't a very big shock or anything, it was a slight tension within myself that I didn't really recognize at the time. I didn't really acknowledge at the time. Sorry, that's the correct word. Acknowledge at the time. I basically put it within me. Okay, I was just like, you know what, this is feeling a little bit I'm a little anxious about this. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, but you know what? It's fine. It's okay. That's just an excuse maybe I'm making. That's the kind of mindset that I had because I was so emotionally invested into, improving the quality of my videos because I wanted to deliver you guys the best possible content that I possibly could given the equipment and resources that I had at that time. So basically I was focusing on the quality. Okay, I was focusing on the quality whilst the difficulty level of the other aspects, most notably academics, was increasing. So what ended up happening was that obviously I had to invest more free time. So basically it wasn't like I was not upset about giving away my free time. That wasn't what I was upset about. But what it did create was it kind of put a slight mental pressure. As I was saying, that tension that I was talking about, that mental pressure came into my head at that time because in a way I was just thinking to myself that how am I going to manage this? Okay, all by myself. But you know what? I just thought to myself that hey, I'm just making excuses as I already said. I'm just going to brush this aside and I'm just going to try my freaking hardest to make this thing work. Okay, make this balance, keep this balance maintained. Okay, so even though that was a slight hit, and obviously this increase in difficulty, before I forget to mention, this increase in difficulty also led to slightly more of a decrease in the consistency. Okay, the quality I was still hell and set to freaking improve of my videos, right? So I was slowly deviating from the consistency part of it and I was focusing more and more on the quality. Okay, so the consistency did suffer a bit because of that. So instead of say 7 to 10 days as the latter stage happened in terms of consistency, when I first began to focus on the quality, it became from 7 to 10 days to say 15 to 30 days. Okay, that's the kind of shift in consistency that happened because of the increase in the difficulty of the other aspects, most notably school. Okay, for me. Okay, but okay, it was fine. The whole thing was advancing, it was progressing. My YouTube was happening, school was happening, all the other responsibilities were taken care of by myself, and also basically my responsibilities, I was taking care of them, and also the other aspects as well were being taken care of. Okay. However, the thing is that the increase in difficulty that I was just talking about right now, it didn't stop increasing in difficulty, right? It just kept on getting harder and harder and harder, right? It just got more and more tough as time went by. When I'm talking about how tough something became, I'm referring to the other aspects of my life, most notably the education. Okay, so when this started to happen, now this is when I kind of got a hit within. Okay, I kind of got a hit within myself that this is getting a little bit like serious now, okay? And the reason I'll tell you is because the reason why I'm saying that is because when it increased further, the difficulty level of all the other aspects, especially my education, what actually started happening was that my free time, I was giving it away, okay, little by little. But then what actually happened mainly was that there began a clash between my YouTube and my other aspects of my life, most notably my education. There was a clash that was happening. This is when I got quite worried, because I was thinking to myself that how the hell am I gonna possibly advance like this? How am I gonna carry on like this? You get what I'm saying? But in spite of that, I was just like, you know what, fine. You know what I'll do? I thought to myself that, okay, when in school the study pressure is a little bit higher, so say suppose there's an exam coming in like 2-3 months and I have to prepare for that. Okay, during that time I can, slightly put my YouTube aside for some time, focus on the exams, and when my exams get over, when the holidays start, the summer vacation, winter vacation, whenever, whatever holidays start after the exams are over, I can allocate some of the time that is there in my holiday and put it onto or put it into my YouTube, along with the energy, of course. And that's what my mindset was, okay? And I'll be honest with you guys, it did work for some time. That ideology that was in my head, that did work, and I was maintaining a reasonable consistency level, as I said, like 15-30 days, and it slightly even increased because of this whole increase in study. And during periods of high study pressure, so it was basically like once every like 30-40, like so many more days, like it increased by, like the consistency level just started becoming slightly more inconsistent, you could say. And basically this, as I was saying, this ideology of mine, this method of thinking was working to a certain extent, but it only lasted for a short period of time, because as soon as school started again properly, then again the difficulty level just kept on increasing as the grades went by, as I got promoted to one grade after another grade after another grade. How the education system works, it just got more difficult, man. And then basically it started getting way, like, especially in class 11, when I first joined class 11, it just got so difficult, man. Trust me, like the level from 10 to 11, the jump was so high that I was like, holy crap, already I was so anxious about that only. I was so worried, like, how the hell am I gonna cope with this? And alongside with that, I'm trying to improve my quality of my YouTube and everything else, whilst also managing all the other responsibilities. What ended up happening because of this, guys, not only was there clashing going on now because of this whole thing, and because of trying to manage so many things, my mental health started getting affected very badly because of this, guys. It really did. I was starting to worry so much. I was starting to panic and everything else. It was a horrible time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The only thing which kind of like made me happy was when I was in the videos and I was actually playing the game, so playing the journey, for example, and recording and screaming and just filing all my emotions out there in form of goals and conceding as well, whatever, man, just putting out emotions there, which were bottled up from all the thinking I was doing and all this, because I was trying to manage so many things, right? So because of this, already, as I said, my mental health was getting affected by this, but also my physical health also started getting affected. Why? Because I was allocating much of my free time towards this, the YouTube, right? And I'm not blaming that, but then that was happening, right? Because I had to increase the quality of my videos, because that was my main motto, that was my main objective, That's just how it was. And also the difficulty level of other things were increasing, as age increases also. Not only the school, man, the responsibilities also increase tenfold, man, And because of this, my health also started getting affected along with my mental health. My physical health started getting affected. So I was having lack of sleep. I was even having issues in the bathroom, man. I'm not gonna even hide anything from you guys, man. That's genuinely what was happening, It was really concerning for me, man. And, at that point, I kind of knew that this isn't gonna carry on like this. It's not gonna work, Leo. It's not gonna work, bro. And I knew this when I was thinking practically. My mind was telling me this, but instead, I was just like, nah, man, I'm probably making some excuse, people have it so much harder than me and things like that, I thought like that. My mindset was like that. My heart was thinking like that, and I followed my heart, I was fully emotionally invested into this, making my YouTube better, just more of a fun place to, hang out, watch my videos and everything else for all the viewers out there, you guys, that I just wanted to do that. I wanted to do that, and I was hellbound to make this work somehow, some way, even though deep down within myself, I knew that this ain't gonna sustain for a long period of time. It's only gonna work for a short period of time. I knew that deep inside me, but I was refusing to listen to that. I thought that was an excuse, and I still somehow tried to carry on. I tried to carry on from that, okay? And now, by the way, guys, before I just keep on advancing, I'm just looking down here because I have a timer, because I don't want to talk for too long and make this video way too long, so I just want to put it like in the most organized manner, okay? So that's why I'm looking down sometimes just to check the timer, okay? Anyway, back to what I was saying. So basically, this thing was happening, right? My physical health was getting affected, my mental health was getting affected, but I was still hellbound on trying to make it work because I was emotionally fully invested into this, okay? But guys, sad news is that as time went on, as class 11 passed, class 12 started, and now I'm in class 12. I'm in like the midterm part. So yeah, I'm like finished one term of it. I have one more term left. So basically, the sad news is, guys, that it just got way harder, the education, man. I'm saying mainly the education because these were the predominant things that were present most of the time. Of course, the other things were there, and of course, I had to give time to the other aspects of my life as well, all the other responsibilities and everything else. But the main things, the more predominant things were my YouTube that I was doing and my education that was taking place as well. Okay, so as I was saying, unfortunately the difficulty level just kept on increasing, and then it just kept on getting difficult and difficult and more difficult and more difficult to the point where I'm at now, where I unfortunately have to break, like, this whole explanation that I just gave you guys, this whole background story I gave you guys was just to inform you guys that I will be taking a break from YouTube for some time. And the reason behind it, I mean, if you guys can't already tell, is because I cannot physically and mentally continue like this, guys. I cannot continue doing YouTube like this whilst also, you know, managing all the other things in my life. It's not going to be possible, man. And the fact that I'm listening to my mind now instead of my heart for once, it means that I can think with a more clearer perspective, you know? And the very clear perspective, or the very clear image in front of me, is that I cannot carry on like this without affecting everything in a negative way. Because trust me guys, if I carry on like this, it's just gonna cause detrimental effects for everything that is there present in my life. All my YouTube will get affected, my other aspects of my life will get affected. You know, it's not gonna be a nice thing, and it's not going to be something that I want to see unfold in front of my eyes, and I won't have any control over it. So that's why I'm having to take this very tough or big step today and tell you guys in a very brutally honest way that I need to take a break, or I will be taking a break from YouTube, guys, okay? And I know this will mean that the journey series that I have been working on for so freaking long won't actually be completed, guys. It won't be finished by me. Simply because, as I've said, I cannot possibly continue on like this. It's not going to be possible for me, guys. Because everything else is just going to get affected negatively in the long run, guys. Because in the short run, it will work for some period for some given amount of time. And that's a very short amount of time. But in the long run, in the long span of time, it's not gonna work out, man. It's not possible to sustain this, man. It's not possible, and it's just not gonna be possible. And you see, I don't know if you guys picked up from the background story that I just gave you guys, but the consistency level kept on decreasing from month to month to month, you know, from week to week to week to month to month to month. You get me? Like, the consistency level just kept on decreasing as the time went on because of this madness that was happening with the whole balancing situation, and because of the increasing difficulty of everything else, and, you know, me trying to be my stubborn self in trying to, you know, just constantly try and grind YouTube and try to make it as good as I can possibly. But today I just have to, at this point where I am today, I just have to break to you guys in a very brutally honest way that, as I've said, that I cannot carry on like this, and I'm gonna be taking a break from YouTube for some time. Now, this does not mean that although I won't be able to finish my journey series because of this, which really hurts me. Trust me, when I'm saying that, it really does hurt me. And I know all of you guys out there, most of you guys who do watch my journey series will be extremely saddened by this, because you guys know how the journey series has been a very much a staple of my channel. You know, back when I started with FIFA 17 the journey, FIFA 18 the journey, and now FIFA 19 the journey, which unfortunately, guys, I cannot complete, or I won't be able to complete. And I'm truly sorry about that, guys. But it's a very tough decision for me to take, trust me, because I know how much effort I've put into it, man. But unfortunately, it's not gonna be possible for me to complete the series, and I'm truly sorry about that, guys. But that's just the way it's gonna have to be. And again, I'm sorry about that, guys, for those who are mad at me, angry at me for that. You know, I'm really sorry, guys, but there's really nothing I can do. I cannot continue like this, possibly. It's not gonna work. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, now that that's out of the way, the thing is that the break I will be taking, that does not mean that my channel is over, guys. No, it does not mean that. And instead, it could mean, or it could be a turning point to maybe something new that is maybe waiting for us. How do we know, man? How can we predict the future? We cannot. It may, this possible point of time may actually be a window that will just open for us, or a door that will open to us many possibilities of future types of content that we can create. You get what I'm saying? Like this particular point in time where I'm recording and telling you guys this whole thing about how I need the break is that this can actually be a turning point for this YouTube channel. So don't take it all as a negative, man. Maybe this is what was required for me to just take a step back and just think that, Leo, how is this gonna work? This is not gonna work, man. And you need to accept that as hard as it can be, maybe this could possibly be a turning point for your YouTube channel, man. How do you know, man? Only time will tell, but there's really no guarantee that it won't be so. You get what I'm saying, guys? So please don't be fully disheartened by this, man. This could be great news in disguise, man. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. So yeah, when I mean great news, like the taking the break and everything, because it might give me it probably will give me, it will definitely give me a chance to, you know, step back and just take a step back and just, you know, think about all the things that have happened throughout this time of, you know, doing YouTube for so long now, and, you know, what the good things were and what the bad things were and what possibly contributed to this whole thing. Aside from the things that I've already mentioned, all the other issues that I've already mentioned, what could have possibly contributed to this thing, you know? Because there may be many other things that if I look back now, maybe things like technical difficulties also could be a thing that may have hampered, you know, the consistency. Like there have been instances, I have not told you guys, maybe I've told you guys in one or two episodes of the journey, I think episode 9 and episode 10, I think it was. Maybe, I'm not really sure, guys, don't quote me on that. But because of my computer, you know, shutting down randomly, like all my files were lost, corrupt and everything, and I had to redo the episode again. And the whole flow was, you know, broken basically. And it was a really rough time, man. Trust me, getting that fixed and everything, it was a really rough time, man. But the bottom line is that this is one thing that I was just able to identify. If I take a step back, I can think of all the other things that may have caused me not being able to, you know, balance the whole thing entirely properly, you know, in a way. What could have caused this time that I will take off from YouTube may actually give me the opportunity, you know, evaluate all of this, man. And maybe, just maybe, if, you know, like we are to, you know, evolve the content on this channel, maybe those things those learnings that I will take will probably help us in the future, man. So, you know, if in the case that we evolve the content, you know, that can help. All those learnings will help. Definitely they'll help. So yeah, that's all I really had to tell you guys, that I will be taking a break from YouTube. And the reason behind the inconsistencies, that the whole background story, I told you guys all about that. So that's why the inconsistencies have been happening for some time now. And that's basically the reasoning behind why I need a break from YouTube, guys. Okay. And before you guys ask me, I don't know how long I'll be off from YouTube. That's something that I cannot really say at the moment, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to, you know, evaluate all of these things that I was just talking about a moment ago. I don't know how long it's going to take me. Okay, so I don't know, but I need some time off for sure. That's for sure. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's about it for this video, man. And yeah, I know it's heavy news. I know it's sad to hear all that, guys. And I know it's sad that the journey is never going to be completed from my side, the journey FIFA 19. But you know what? It's just the way it's going to have to be, man. Some things just have to be left just like that. And it's sad. It hurts. It hurts within. It hurts here. It hurts everywhere, man. Just to think about the fact that, you know, this won't be completed. But it's a tough decision, but it has to happen for the betterment of everyone. It has to happen, guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand that whole thing. Hopefully you understand the entire explanation that I've given you guys. Hopefully you guys understand the situation I'm coming from, the way or from which area I'm coming from. Hopefully you guys get all of that. I know most of you guys will understand the whole situation that I'm currently in right now and where I'm exactly coming from, because most of you guys are super supportive and understanding, and I really do appreciate each and every single one of you, man. And I truly mean that, man, when I say that. I really do, man. I really do. And for those who are not willing to, you know, understand the whole situation and are just taking it still as me, you know, making an excuse, fair enough. Maybe it's my, you know, you could probably think of it as maybe my failure of managing my time. Maybe it could be so, you know, I'm not denying that. But what I cannot possibly, you know, say, or what I cannot possibly not say, if I say it correctly, is that I have tried my level best. I have tried literally my level fucking best to make this entire thing work, and it just has not. Unfortunately, it hasn't, and it's a very tough pill to swallow for me, but it is probably gonna be in the long run the right decision. Okay, so that's why I'm having to take this very important and very heavy and very difficult step. Okay, guys, so hopefully you all understand that, and if you still persist on not understanding, I'm not going to try and change your opinion. You can stick with that. But for those who do understand, I really appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys know how much you guys mean to me, and because you guys mean so much to me, I just want to say one more thing before I actually wrap this video up for good, and that is that if you guys want to connect with me anytime, if you guys want to know what's up with my life and everything else, then I'll leave my Instagram on the top of the screen. It's at LeosGram. It's also going to be linked down below in the description. There, you can just hit me a DM and I'll, respond, and we can have a chat conversation. Maybe I can ask you, how are things and everything else. We can have just a normal conversation, and if you guys want to keep up to date of what's going on in my life, you guys will be able to find out. Even though I'll put a disclaimer out there, and I'll just say to you guys that I'm not the most, Instagram, I'm not very consistent also when it comes to Instagram. I know how much more inconsistency, Leo, but really Instagram, I don't post a lot. I don't really, post a lot of pictures. I don't post a lot of stories, but I do post. It's just not a lot, man. It's just not a lot. But if you guys want to communicate with me, chat with me, have a laugh, have a, talk during these tough times during COVID and everything else, or just in general, you can just hit me up there. Okay, so that's an option for you guys. I'll have it linked down below and also above the screen just for one more second. Here we go. So yeah, man, that's about it. That's all I had to say, guys. So as I've said, I really appreciate each and every single one of you, and hopefully you guys understand the entire situation that I'm in and where I'm coming from, and why I'm having to take this decision. God, just pronounce a word, Leo. It's not that difficult. It is, man. It is for me. You guys already know from all the previous videos how difficult it is for me to pronounce words sometimes. It's just an absolute madness. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand and respect my decision. I know it's a tough one. I know it's a tough pill to swallow for each and every single one of us, but it is for the betterment of everyone, and in the long term it'll probably benefit all of us. Okay, but yeah, guys, with all that being said, there's just one last thing I need to say to wrap this whole video up, and that is that, as always, guys, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. See ya!